Recording. All right. So again, welcome to day 2 of our yoga challenge, and we're going to focus on the neck, shoulders, upper back, lower back. We're going to hit it all, but that's the area we're going to focus on. So we'll get right into it. And again, if you can't hear me or something, just unmute, let me know. Feel free to put your cameras on as well. But let's get it started. We're going to start, if you have your mat down or wherever your area is, you're going to start at the front of it. All right. And you're going to take a deep breath in as you feel grounded right there. So you're going to plant, feel grounded in your feet, open up your hands, stand in this mountain pose. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Again. Good, just find that breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now I want you to put your hands right on your rib cage, right on the lower part of your rib cage. I want you to take another deep breath, and I want you to expand your rib cage. Get that stomach out, get everything flowing through, get a nice, it's called the canister. You want to fill the canister up so you're breathing. You got that diaphragm, the pelvic floor, you got everything moving and flowing with that airflow, and the muscles and the tendons, everything. Do a couple of breaths, feel that rib cage expand. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your arms all the way up. Squeeze the glutes, and as you can squeeze the glutes, go for a back bend. Good, come back to a neutral spine. You're gonna have one hand grab onto the other wrist, and you're gonna lean over to one side. And right here, you're gonna take a couple of deep breaths, expanding that rib cage. Good, feel that breath kind of stretch out right here in our lats, right in the ribs. On the next exhale, you're gonna get ready and then move over on the inhale to the other side, and you're gonna breathe once again. Do a couple more breaths right here. Good, then come back to a neutral spine. Let your hands fall all the way down towards your feet. You're gonna hang here in a forward bend. You're gonna wiggle back and forth, letting your hands and your head be dead weight, feeling that stretch right in those hips. Good, keep leaning, keep bending, keep stretching. Good, you're gonna step your front leg, the leg that's the closest to the camera. You're gonna step that front leg back. And you're gonna push that heel back, lean down into those hips. Plant that left hand, so that front hand, plant it down, and you can open up to the back of the room. If it's too much to lean down, you can have a yoga block or roll up towels and have that assist, or you can come up just like so and rotate. Good, let that top hand come down. You're gonna step that front foot back. You're gonna bring those hips up and ease yourself into your first downward dog. And right here, pedal those heels, one heel and then the other down towards the ground, warming up those calves, the entire part of that back of your leg. When you're ready, you're just gonna hold, push those heels down, push the chest towards the legs. Hips are going up to the sky, neck is loose, and you're gonna breathe. Good, you're gonna bend your knees and lean into the heels, lean into the hips, pushing back right here. Good, then coming into a nice strong plank. Holding, breathing. Good, drop the knees down right here. And I just want you to lean all the way back, pulling the hips back once again, reaching those hands forward, getting those shoulders ready, getting those lats, the upper back, getting it all ready to release the tension and relax. Good, coming back up onto your hands, leaving the knees on the ground. As you slowly lower yourself down right here, let the feet come down, plant your forearms down to the ground, and you're coming up to a little cobra position right here. Round and squeeze the shoulders back as you kind of connect all the back muscles in as you come up, and breathe. Good, lower yourself down. You can leave the knees down or push your entire body up off the ground. You're gonna step that back foot, the foot that's furthest away from the camera, up right here. You're gonna hold, breathe, then step that back foot up to meet the front. Do a nice forward bend. You're gonna bring the hands all the way up to the sky. Bring the hands together, squeeze the glutes as you go into a back bend. Good, come to a neutral spine. You're gonna bring your feet out a little bit wider, keeping the hands together. You're gonna bring the hands down in front of you, down in between the legs as you bring it all the way down to the ground right here. Then you're gonna step that back foot, the foot that's furthest away from the camera. Step that back foot back, the back knee is straight, putting that weight in that back heel, and open up towards the front of the room. Again, you can have a block, or you can come up and rotate, whatever's good for you. Good, let that hand come down. Step that front foot back. You're gonna ease into another downward dog, our second one. Bring the feet out a little bit wider, a little wider than your hips, and then lean that chest towards the legs, heels towards the ground, and breathe. Good, bend the knees. And as you bend the knees, bring those hips back, the heels push back, feel that stretch, feel that strength, feel that length go from your hips all the way to your shoulders. Good, straighten out those knees as you roll into a nice strong plank right here. Drop the knees if you need to as you lower yourself down, or you can lower yourself down as you're in that plank. And this time we're gonna come up for an upward facing dog. Good, remember to breathe. Good, slowly let the knees stay down as you bring your hips all the way back into that child's pose as you widen the legs, reaching those arms forward once again, settling in for a second. Finding that breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, having that stomach rise and fall. Pulling those arms forward. Good, slowly coming back up onto your hands. And then tuck those toes under, bring yourself into that strong plank. Step the front leg up towards your hands and lean those hips down. Feel that extra stretch right there. Good, and step that back foot forward right here. And you're in that forward bend. Slowly bring yourself all the way up to an upright position. Bring the hands over your head. Bring the hands together. Squeeze the glutes as you go for a slight back bend. Good, let the hands come all the way back down for a forward bend right here. Good, you're gonna step your feet back. So you're in a nice strong plank right here. Breathe. And bring your hips up, go into one more downward dog right here. Good, slowly let the knees come all the way down to meet the ground. Keep those toes tucked under if you can, if it's comfortable. If it's not, you can untuck them. We're gonna be here, we're gonna work a little bit now, focusing on that back, the upper back, the shoulders. And right here, we're gonna bring the back hand, the hand that's further away from the camera, you're gonna bring that up. And then you're gonna bring it all the way, loop it through or needle it through, thread it through. You're gonna bring those shoulders down, let that front hand extend and reach through right here. Good, breathe into the stretch as much as you can. Good, slowly bring that back hand up and underneath the shoulders once more. You're gonna bring the front hand now and you're gonna just thread it through to the other side, lean that front shoulder down towards the ground, reach that hand out, have the hips up in the air, and just breathe through this. Awesome, come back through, bring yourself up to all fours once again. We're gonna bring a little heat into that shoulder a little bit more. So you can roll the mat up if you need to. I have a little more cushioning on the knees. But you're gonna lean a little bit more forward. So you're kind of doing a modified plank right here. All right. We're gonna focus on this left shoulder or the front shoulder as we bring this back arm up, reaching it up. We're gonna thread it back all the way to the other side or the opposite hip or knee. Then you're gonna bring it back up right here as you let the hips come down and then lift and push them back. So we're bringing the heat into that left shoulder by rotating in, back and forth and over. We're also waking up that core as we put a little tension on that front hand and engage the core as we bring the hips back. Good, continuously move. And then give me one more up here. Hold and pull it through when you're ready. Good, and come right back up. Those hands right underneath your shoulders. Right here. The hands are glued into the ground. I just want you to lean forward. So some of us are gonna be like, what is this doing? I don't really feel any tension or stretch going on anywhere, but some of us, our forearms need a little TLC and you might start feeling it right there. You might even feel it in the back of your shoulder near your delt as well, but you just lean forward. Good, then come back. You're gonna rotate that hand. So now I have one hand, my front hand fingertips are facing back. For me, this is my bad arm in a sense, so I'm feeling it like no other already, going from my wrist all the way up to my shoulder. And I have my other hand, my back hand, my fingers are facing the front of the mat. And right here again, you can lean back, you can draw a circle, and just focus on that arm, that forearm, that hand. If you feel tension, lean back, hold it. Lean forward. drawing those circles, do whatever you feel, getting the job done in a sense. Good, and let that hand come back. All right, we're gonna have ourselves lean forward once again. So we're engaging that core, lowering that hips right here. We're gonna bring our front arm up and focus now on bringing the heat to the right side or to the back arm. Our arm is up, reaching back to that opposite side, the outside of that hip right here. Good, and continue to move forward and back. Engaging that core. Getting some warmth in that shoulder, in that lap of the planted hand. Good, reaching all the way back. Make sure you're moving those hips as you're going. Good, give me 2 more. At your own pace. Hold if you need to. Good, and let that hand come down. Go ahead and bend those hips. Bringing the hands right underneath, right here. And again, fingers are facing the front of the mat, and I'm just leaning forward to start with. Getting another different type of stretch in that forearm once again. Good, and then with both hands, keeping them the same way, I want you to just draw a circle with the hands, with the fingers facing forward. Good, switch the direction of your circle. Good, now you're gonna rotate that back hand and have it face, the fingers face the back of the mat or facing your body. And right here, you can hold it if it's feeling enough, or if you need to get a little bit more dynamic in your movement to feel the stretch, you can lean back, get that stretch all the way from the wrist all the way up. You can draw that circle. Whatever you need to get that tension to release. And still think about that breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, having that stomach get big and small. Good, keep playing around with that one hand, leaning back, drawing circles. Good, and let that hand come back to facing forward. Bring the knees out nice and wide as you reach those hands out forward, and bring the hips back into that child's pose with the arms extended out in front. Your body is just right there in between, cradled in between your thighs, and you're gonna feel that breath right there in that rib cage and in that torso. Breathing in and out. Good, then you're gonna come right back up to all fours. Tuck those knees under. Tuck the toes under. And you're gonna bring yourself into a nice strong plank right here. Good. Lift the hips up. Go into another downward facing dog. Good, you can extend the feet out a little bit wider. So a little bit wider than your hips right here. And I want you to bend those knees once again, having the hips lower down a little bit closer, getting closer to the ground right here and pushing that tension. The hands, you're having power coming from the hands, elongating all the way down towards your hips or all the way up towards your hips and breathing. Good, come back into a nice strong plank. You're gonna step your feet up towards your hands. Right here, and you're gonna be in that forward bend. You're gonna slowly bring those hands all the way up, so you're coming all the way back up. Bring the hands together, squeeze the glutes. Going for a nice powerful back bend. Breathing. Good, and staying in the back bend, let your hands come out and down and back. And if you can, you're gonna clasp the hands together, or you can make two fists and put them on your lower back. But as you're here, you're gonna roll those shoulders back, open up that chest, and squeeze those glutes and lift that chest up. And feel another stretch right there. Relax the shoulders, they also down and away from your ears. Good, come back to neutral spine. All right, I'm gonna face you. But I want you guys to just have your one ear. I'm gonna have my one ear come and drop over towards that shoulder. And I'm gonna have the opposite hand be dead weight. So you feel that tension right here from that other side, going right into the neck, right there. Good. Now with that dead arm, you're just gonna make a circle and feeling it right here in that neck again. Switch the direction of that circle. This is something that is perfect if you woke up and you have a kink in your neck. Doing this might help ease and relax it a little bit more. Good, hold that arm, just let that ear fall over again, feel the tension. I usually don't like to have your hands here to assist, just because your head is heavy enough that it feels the tension. Oof, I'm feeling it. As you can tell, I'm getting a little quiet. I'm feeling that tension. Good, slowly bring your neck up to a neutral spine. All right, and we're gonna again, open the chest, bring the hands back, relax and roll the shoulders back, open up the chest, let the head fall back. And release that work that we did a little bit over on that one side. Good. Release those hands. And we're gonna drop our ear to the other side right here and have the other hand be dead weight, or the other arm. Good, keep holding, let that ear go down. Good, round or draw a circle with that dead arm. Let the tension again relax and release right here. Good, switch direction of that circle. Awesome. Bring those hands back behind you, squeeze, roll, squeeze and roll those shoulders blades back and down as you open up that chest again. You can wiggle that neck around if you need to. Good, and then come back to a neutral spine. And if you're moving around, come back to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in, expand that rib cage. Couple breaths right there. Good, you're gonna step that front leg back and have that back foot follow the back line of that mat. You're gonna lean forward into a warrior one. So you wanna open those hips up, turn that torso, make sure that pinky toe is still onto the ground, and go into a nice strong warrior one. Good, let that front arm drop down right here. Bring that other arm over here and find that length from the fingertips all the way down towards that foot or that pinky toe. Right here, good, breathe. Good, slowly bring that hand back. Open it up right here, straighten out that front knee. Breathe. Good, bringing it back forward into that warrior two, right here. Good, and I want you to lean forward right there, go, good. Think of grabbing those glutes, getting another nice long line from this arm all the way down to that pinky toe as you lift and push yourself forward. And let that hand either drop to that thigh or all the way down to the ground as you lift this arm up. Good, sink into those hips, you can do it, you can get lower. Opening up that back, that lower back, that rib cage, the shoulders right here, you're getting a nice release and stretch throughout those areas. Good, slowly let that top hand come down, change that angle or the position of that back foot. Bring your back hand to the back part of your leg as you step that front leg back into a strong plank and then into a downward dog. In this downward dog, you may feel the stretch and the tension released in the lower back or in the lower or the back part of your legs, but right here you're building strength and getting a great range of motion in those shoulders as well as if you keep that neck nice and loose, you're getting it there too. Good, roll yourself back up into a nice strong plank. Good, you're gonna bring your front leg forward right here. You're gonna change the angle of the back leg, and you're gonna engage that core, bring yourself up and into a warrior one. Good, I'm just gonna switch my direction so I can still see you guys and work on the same side without not facing you. All right, so we're in this warrior one still. Good, we're gonna switch, drop that front arm, reach that hand, open up that chest, up to the side, feel that long line from your foot, your pinky toe, all the way up to your hand right here. Awesome. Remember, think of grabbing with those glutes, get yourself nice and strong through that leg. Lean down in those hips. Good, engage that core, straighten out that front leg, reverse. Try to get a nice C shape right here. Good, bend that front knee. Come back into a nice strong warrior two. Good, lean into that warrior two, leaning forward. Good, nice strength right here. Lift and pull over. Good, you can drop this hand onto that thigh or let it drop down to the ground as you open up to that side, leaning down in those hips. Good, slowly let that hand come down. Bring that back foot to face forward. Bring that front hand to the outside of that front foot. And slowly step that foot back. You're in a nice strong plank right here. Good, then you're going into a downward facing dog. Good, slowly let the hips come down as you roll back into a nice strong plank. You're gonna drop the knees right underneath those hips. You're gonna hold right here. All right, so I'm gonna move, making sure my back hand is right underneath the shoulder, and I'm bringing that front hand to the back part of my head. My elbows facing down, and then I'm gonna open it up as much as I can to rotate right here. Good, again, let the elbow come down, and then rotate right here. Breathe. Think inhale on the easy part, so bringing the elbow down, inhale. Exhale on that rotation. Good, let your elbow come down and then let yourself release so both hands are down on the ground. All right, we're gonna do it to the other side. All right, bring that hand to the back part of your head, elbows down. You're gonna open. Good, have that rotation. It may not feel like you're going anywhere, but you are doing something and you're getting that rotation in that spine and that upper back. Remember, exhale, hard part, which is that rotation. Inhale as you come back down. Give me one more. Good, hold that elbow down. Exhale, release that hand. Good. All right, tucking those toes under. Lifting those knees up. And going right into a downward facing dog again. Good, slowly lift those heels off the ground. Bring that hip up and slowly roll like a tidal wave all the way into a nice strong plank. Good, step your feet up towards your hands. You're in a forward bend. You're slowly swing those arms all the way back up. Squeezing the glutes, going for a back bend. Good, let the hands release down towards your side. You're gonna have your one hand, your front hand, come back behind you, just like so. And you're gonna let the other hand come towards that elbow or wherever you can, and you're gonna just assist it to coming over and back right here. And again, you're gonna lean that head over to the opposite side. So you're feeling that tension occur right here between that neck all the way down to the shoulder. Good, slowly. If your head is over to that right side, drop your head down, draw speed. So you're bringing all the way down, chin towards your chest, and then rotate over to the other side and then pull the other arm to add a little more tension to that other side. Good, and then come back to center. You can let the hands release down, roll the shoulders if you need to work any kinks out. And then we're gonna slowly bring ourselves all the way down to the ground right here. Get a little balance right here, lifting those heels off the ground. Get a little balance right here, going to the fingertips into that duck pose. Breathing. Good, then slowly bring your seat down towards the mat. Good. You're gonna have your hands back as flat. You can hold onto your shins, open up that chest, rotate the shoulders back, open that chest up, just like if you had a light just shining straight up. Breathe. Good. Slowly let that chest cave in as you let that back round. Good, so you're overemphasizing the chest caving in, the shoulders rounding, getting that stretch right there. Good, slowly bring yourself all the way down towards the ground, right here. Good, bring the hands out to the side. Open that chest. Sometimes if we're really tight, this is enough. But let's add a little to it for those who need just a little more. So we're gonna bring your knees up. So you have a 90-degree angle at your knees and your hips. And let your legs fall towards the camera, towards the front of the room. Keeping the shoulders glued to the ground. Feeling that chest, that back. The rotation, that's fine. You'll feel it there in that lower back. But also with this rotation, you should, if you keep those shoulders glued to the ground, you'll feel it in the front part of your chest. Right here. You're gonna bring that back arm now
all the way up, have it touch the top or the front hand right here. So you have that 90-degree angle still in the hips and the knees, and you're over here with the hands on top of one another. You're gonna pretend like you have a bow and arrow, and you're gonna pull that top hand back, slowly pull it all the way back, get that rotation, and then let that back hand extend to the ground, let that shoulder come back down, try to make it touch the ground, and breathe. So your hand should be touching your forearm, your elbow, your bicep area, your shoulders. Not your biceps, but the bicep area. You want your triceps to be holding, you're touching the ground. And you want your shoulders. Good, now I want you to, with that back hand, just like a clock, I want you to bring it slowly up over your head, rotate it over, past your head, past ear, past your shoulder, past your chest, past all the way down, and have it meet once again that bottom hand. Good. Now let's switch over to that other side. So engage that core, bring your hips up, and then slowly drop down to the other side. I'm just gonna rotate so I can still see you. All right, so you have the chest open, the hips stacked on top of one another. You have the knee, 90-degree on the knee and the hips, and you're open right here. Good, with that back arm, you're gonna have it come up and sit on top of that bottom arm right here, good. Then I want you to pretend you have that bow and arrow. Once again, slowly pull it back. Open up that chest, keep pulling, and then let that elbow touch the ground, and extend that arm, let the hand, the forearm, the fingertips, the shoulder, everything meet that to the ground again, and feel that stretch. You might be feeling that stretch in the lower back or in the chest. Good, lift that back arm up slightly off the ground, and again, pretend like you're a clock. Bring the hands up over the head, let it pass that ear, that cheek, chin, and have it meet that bottom hand once again. Good, slowly let your knees come back to center. Bring yourself back onto your spine or onto your back right here. Let the hands or let the feet fall down and bring the heels nice and close to your glutes. You're gonna lift, so you're sitting here getting ready to go into like a bridge pose, but I want you to connect with your neck or with the top of your neck to the mat. All right? So you're gonna pretend like that, the top part of your neck is the last thing, it's glued down to the ground. All right, so keep that top part of your neck glued. You're gonna have your hands pushed into the ground, and you're gonna slowly tilt the hips and slowly peel your spine off the ground, with the top of your neck being the last thing that comes up. And lift those hips up as high as you can, and then when they're up, you're gonna scooch those shoulders under, bring those hands and arms under, and scooch, open up that chest as much as you can. Squeeze the knees in as close as you can as well. And hold and breathe. Good, let the hands come out from one another, slowly inch your shoulders out so that spine is on the ground once again. And from the top of your neck down, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, let that spine come back down towards the ground until you're nice and flat. Good. You can roll yourself up, or you can go over to the side and sit yourself up, but we're gonna come up right here. And we're gonna sit to the center of the mat. All right. So you can sit with your legs on top of one another, or you can have it come over
whatever fits your style. Your hips might be a little tight because we did get that area, but we didn't focus on that area. We got the kind of the spine and the shoulders a little more. But so whatever way feels comfortable to you. I'm gonna sit to the side slightly so you can see me a little better. But you're gonna breathe here, and I want you to have your hands to the side, roll those shoulders back, and breathe. Good, slowly just let that head fall back. If you feel comfortable. If not, you can stay right here. And breathe again. Good, let the head come back to a neutral spine. Let yourself fall back in to a neutral spine as you lift the hands up. You're gonna have one hand come up and the other hand come back. And then this hand's gonna meet. So you're coming here just like so. You can have the hands clasped to one another, or you can just have them reaching, whatever feels good. If you have a towel, you can have a towel assist right there. You're gonna have it right here, sitting nice and tall. And getting that, again, another release in the shoulders, even in that tricep area. And if you feel comfortable, you're gonna lean forward. Breathe, exhale, get deeper. Try to keep those hands together. And slowly come up. Good, switch to the other side. Oof. All right, again, reaching the hands together, clasping them together, whatever works. Hold it, breathe. And when you're ready, start bending forward. Feeling that stretch. Good, slowly coming back up. Good, release those arms, roll those shoulders. Woo! I felt it in those shoulders, the front part. Roll the shoulders back. Switch direction. Good. Having that seat bone stay on the ground, you're just gonna drop it over to the one side, lift those arms up. Breathe. Pretend like you're feeling a sea right here with that spine. Good, come up, drop over to the other side. Keep those seat bones glued to the ground. Also get that stretch from the top of the hip all the way over to those fingertips. Good, come back to center. Relax the hands, pretend the arms are just, or let the arms just be dead weight. Relax the hands on, or your palms onto your knees. Let the forearms come down. Switch legs if you need to. If you need to switch whatever legs on top or in front or bent over, wherever it may be. And just breathe. You want to think, expand the rib cage and then lower it. Make that belly nice and big like a Buddha belly and then push back. Get the breath moving from the bottom of your pelvic floor all the way up to your diaphragm and make it breathe and get that oxygen flowing through the entire body. Stay here as long as you need to with your breath and breathing and just thinking of your arms, head, everything just being dead weight and melting into the floor or wherever you are. Today, I'm going to end our practice our practice number 2. I'm gonna end it. So I want you guys for the rest of the day to remember your brain, your breath, and your body. Namaste. Thank you guys again for participating and coming to our session today. If you can, put your first and last name in the chat or email me. That would be great. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys again next week. There you go.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, Meg. It was
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Meg. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. Good. I'm making sure that I get everybody in there. Jotting down your names.